Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finals of our September League match. We have Vol on Rug Delver versus Chaman on Dinopox, and I am so hyped for this matchup.
Oh my
Chaman
goodness.
avenging his loss in the semifinals last season, and Val just dominating through his pool. This is going to be a great matchup, dude. I am so excited.
Absolutely. I mean, it's taken all month to get here, and here we are. And thanks everybody for joining, folks. Really appreciate you coming out here. I'm Ivan Luz. Down below me, my homie, Dr. Leo,
How
and
you
we
doing,
will be
everybody?
your commentators for tonight. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming out and showing us some love.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hype matchup, and Chamon's crew in the chat, looking get some love from all the way back at home, and like honestly, this is gonna be a crazy matchup. So I remember hearing once that Pox did in fact have one of those. It's one of those decks that says that it has a good Delver matchup because it is effectively trading 1 for 1. It
Yeah,
does better at mana denial, but Shaman's build is more of a mono black control than a traditional, running small pox and stuff like that.
certainly.
But I honestly think like the problem is just gonna come down to the problem in Legacy being Oko.
Yes,
Like,
Oka being able to turn these giant dinos and tombstalkers into 3/3s. I mean, yeah, that could definitely be a problem, but it's hard to play Oko when it gets discarded with him to Torak, right?
exactly. That's what I was about to say, is that this is a matchup that like the hand disruption is going to be key. Being able to slam something like him to Turok, something like that. And also importantly, no fetch lands to stifle. So
Right, absolutely.
oh yeah, looks like we got. Think yeah, like we're gonna have some. This pretty great matchup because we got uh, crap. Val is from Bulgaria, right?
Yes.
And Chaman's Chile, right? Or Argentina, Argentina, right?
Chile.
Oh, Chile! It was Chile. Ah, I knew it was one or the other. We got a battle of the foreign nations, and honestly, this is what you show about Legacy is so unique. Is that there's this huge international community. It's really a well loved international format, and like Legacy players travel.
Well, we did.
Yeah, we did,
But
we
you know
did.
what? Now everyone's traveling on over to the MTGPL. So
Yeah,
that's
this
good.
is yeah, and yep, letting Table Spotter they are good to go.
Yep, ready to rock it.
Yeah, so looks like both are keeping on 7. Yeah, players are keeping their 7. Val is on the play in this matchup, which is important in the Delver matchup. But also, to be fair, Pox in general does like taking the draw just to have those extra cards to make it for the fact that their deck is basically inherently card disadvantage.
Yeah, and I mean they don't have the sort of selection you see in a lot of these legacy decks in general, right? The blue, the cantrip cartel, right? The brainstorms, ponders, things like that. You're not
Yeah,
going to see any of that
exactly.
on common side tonight.
Yeah, and as a reminder, these are all open deck lists, so each of these players knows what they are going to be on. So Val very much knows that he is in a matchup where discard and hand size matters.
hmm we are
And
seeing Inquisition of Kozilek here to take any of those cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from
which
Val's
is
hand. It's basically going to be everything, right?
yeah. And
We are
honest
going to see days in response. Flow to blue, cast of days. Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
and honestly, Chetman doesn't really care about the day if you do days because setting yourself back a land is not bad. Like
No, it's
honestly,
what Common wants you to do. They
that's
have a very similar game plan in that respect. They just want to one for one you and ruin your mana base and play a threat and ride it out, right?
yeah, and here we see him to Torok, the important
Ooh.
discard.
And it's resolving. Wow.
Yeah, so it looks like 6 in hand, 3, 6. Yeah. So, oh, I'm guessing that's a 1 or a 6. Oh, no, it's 6. 4 and a 6. So 4, 6, what we see? Force negation and bolt. And I'm guessing Gemma is happy to see both of those go. Yeah, so I think since it's the force negation is gone, that actually is really good because that helps preventing that helps the Tomb Stalker in coming out since the
Mhm.
spell does get exiled off of the force effect. But but that bolt is also important simply because of the fact that having the bolt into the graveyard means it can only be flashed by Dreadhorde Arcanist once.
That's right. It's not pulling double duty,
It's not
correct?
pulling double duty exactly. But both of these decks do utilize a graveyard for delve spells, so
Yeah, Delve just super broken mechanic. We've gotten rid of the most broken of them, but
treasure
they're still
cruise
here.
and take their time, yeah. Which for some reason both of those cards are still legal in Pioneer. That's actually like kind of impressive.
I suppose they just don't have the same sort of texture that Legacy does, right? They're
Yeah,
probably not as fast.
that does make sense. And it looks like that Lily is gonna resolve and tick up. And yeah, we're seeing a smell area. I have a strong suspicion here that Val has a very similar hand to his game one hand against Doomsday here. Yeah, and it's like yeah, sexy Lily in the house. We all saw that Steve Argyle Matt. Woo! But yeah, we see Val fetching for a drop here. I honestly think Val is just trying to to keep to just draw us something. He needs a threat of some kind.
Yeah, Lone Digger in chat says, "Damn it, Chaman is making me want to build Pox again." Yeah, I mean, you and me both, right? I mean, just representing.
Yeah, Pox is solid. Not gonna lie, Pox is always one of those archetypes that I look at. I'm like, I would love this. I would also hate myself for playing this.
Ooh, so speaking of planeswalkers here, we have Oko on the field as well. So
Yeah. Importantly here though, this is no longer just a okay, I'm a dead draw to this one card because of the fact that there are the three eliminates in the deck that can allow him to get rid of it.
yeah, Eliminate being such an amazing card printed recently. I really really like that.
Yeah, and Mike, yeah, this is a Legends list Pox, and important about Pox nowadays is that Legends does not dictate Pox because there's just so many powerful cards that have been printed into mono black for that Pox loves that you can have any flavor of Pox and do well with it.
That's true. And although we do allow proxies here on the Discord, I mean, comparatively speaking, this Dinopox list is quite affordable. If you have a couple, like some of the random pieces from your old modern decks or anything like that, I mean, throw some basic swamps and some dark rituals, and hey, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I'm checking out right here on Goldfish, $809. That is really cheap for a legacy deck. And for people who are saying, "Oh, you need dual lands and expensive cards in order to play legacy and fetch lands." Here's a deck that has taken down a month-long league and is now here in a commanding position in game 1 against a very powerful deck. Oh, yeah, Murderous Rider. That
Some would
also can
say
target Planeswalkers.
that's right. Some would say the best deck in Legacy right now. And
Yeah.
I mean, Dinopox is out here showing its stuff.
Yeah, so Lone Digger, yeah, it's usually Tabby, Chains, and the Abyss as well. Simply because the fact that Tabernacle allows you to grind out once you get rid of your opponent's land base, and what's it called? Oh, it looks like that was a bolt in response at the Lily. And Chains is just pure value against brainstorms of the cantrips decks.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
Yeah,
and we see
Mike.
the big dino.
Yeah. Wow. And yeah, we're seeing here that Shaman is really just controlling this game. And honestly, this looks like Shaman's game to win.
For sure. I mean, what is it that Val can do? I guess another Oko, right?
Yeah, but at this point, do you elk your food to stop yourself from taking 7 damage, or do you elk the a Regisaur?
I I
Yep,
mean, yeah,
you elk
I'd
the Regisaur.
be elking the Regisaur for
Either
sure.
way, you're taking 3 damage to the face.
That's right. At least now it's in like bolt range to be killed, but I mean, there's still an active Lily. We still
Hmm.
have a 3/3 elk coming at you. Ah, and every threat that Shaman presents at this point is just, another thing that Oko is going to have to deal with.
Yeah,
Right?
and
And
we're
also
seeing
he's discarding.
yeah, and Val is out of cards. Both players are top decking right now.
All right.
And did the Regisaur not get in?
No.
Oh, I think he wants to protect his Lily.
Yep.
That's understandable. I would have rather like knocked down Oko to 3 at least.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Are
And
they gonna
now,
do a nice trade, or is he
yeah,
gonna leave it open to nope, trades?
yeah. Well, and to be fair, rotting Regisaur in the graveyard is also another piece that can be utilized with either Tombstalker delving the spell away, or honestly, Lily Last Hope rebuying it because that's not a bad thing to rebuy.
That's very true. And on top of that, I mean, there's always Eliminate that could come down again and just, ruin Soko.
Yeah, and it looks like Chaman. I think he's just moving up his board a little bit. Yeah, Chaman's using his phone, so it's a little bit smaller of a field.
Yeah,
Oh, but
close and personal here. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah, and it looks like yeah. Take up Oko, turn Oak to food, block with Dino. Yeah, it looks like they're yeah, we're just going to end step. Oh no, he activated Lock Dwayne. Yeah, because he loses the life based upon the amount of cards. Yeah, Castle Lock Dwayne actually like a really good card for Pox.
Yeah,
Uh,
amazing.
what are you doing? Sorry, my dog just she stood up and then like kind of just staring at me and ears twitching. I think
Saying,
she
hey, huh?
I think she wants attention, but
Maybe she's just a fan of Castle Locthwain,
I mean I am as well. I mean the card's good.
right? Speaking of good lands, also Blast Zone coming down. Notably, that's something that can get rid of Oko and not be elked, right? That's kind of incredible.
Yes.
Only thing he's got to worry about now is Wasteland.
Okay, yeah, we see a daze and
Ooh,
a
the factory. That's
factory.
gonna come handy for sure. Can't
Yeah,
Oko that either, my friend.
and we are seeing a murderous rider. And now, importantly, with murderous rider, if it does die, it just goes straight to the bottom of the library. So it is a rebuyable spell later on. And also, it's got lifelink, which is nothing to laugh at here.
Hmm.
And is this Oko gonna create a food? Yep, Oko's gonna create a food.
Yeah, it really does go to show the power of Oko, right? Really keeping Val in this match.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying earlier is that honestly, this matchup's going to come down to Oko. Oko can win you games. It can draw, just produce a board in itself, and it also produces things that don't die easily in a mono black deck. So it's just it's the best card in the deck.
Well,
And
here we
oh,
go.
we are seeing a murderous rider getting rid of the Oko.
See you
Shaman's
later,
gonna
guys.
take gonna lose 2 life with that, but wow, that's timely. And now tick down from the Lily,
And
and
I'm
we're
assuming, right?
yeah, and now actually Murder Strider does have life link, so that's gonna gain him back some life.
Hmm. Not what Rug Delver wants by any means.
Oh, so this is yeah, this is really good for Chama. And now once again, Val is top decking again.
I'm curious as to why there was no attacks with the factory this turn.
He wants to. Oh no, I don't think he wanted to take up the blast zone. Maybe.
I don't think
Oh
he can with 1 mana.
yeah. We are seeing the hooting mandrills though.
Love that.
Though importantly, Lily can take care of that.
Very true. I am a big fan of the Hooting Mandrills, but yeah, Lily might just eat that.
Lily's gonna eat it up immediately, and especially with no other cards in hand, Lily doesn't have to fear the bolt. Yeah, Lily's gonna edict it right now.
See you later.
Yeah, that's done. And looks like yep, factory is getting in here, and we're swinging for 4. And importantly, Drummon's back up to 19 now. This
Yeah,
is
and Val is hellbent, correct?
yeah, Val's hudbound, and Val is top decking. I mean, Val does have the food, but that's just about it.
Yeah, I mean that might stave off. That might give you a turn, but
Hmm.
you see a lightning bolt. Are we lightning bolting the? Yeah, just get that Lily out of here. So now your threat can at least be live.
Yeah, you have to get rid of the Lily.
Sure. All right. Having some mana.
Looks like I think he's activating Castle Lockthwain again. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean that card is just so good, especially since you have the Murderous Rider to regain the life that you lose. It's I think it's a really good I think it's a really good addition to the deck. And oh, we see the Dino.
Big Daddy Dino coming down.
No cards in hand, so this is resolving. Yeah, this looks like this looks like it's gonna be Chamon's game here with the Dino. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage next turn. Yeah, that's 11 damage. So I think that the game might be going, but there's the food on the table, so that's an extra 3 life that Chaman has to work through.
Yeah, and that looks like it's going to be it, huh? Val scooping it up. We're going to
Yep.
game 2.
Yep. That's game one for Pox. Wow.
Woo.
Pox taking game 1 against Rug Delver. This Pox deck is legit, everybody. And
Unreal.
honestly, I really want to play some Pox right now.
Yeah. I mean, Shaman making it look great, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All right. So for sideboards here, we got starting with Val on Rug Delver. We got the one of Ancient Grudge, 2 Collector Oof, 2 Flusterstorm, 1 Colossus, God of Destiny, 3 Red Elemental Blasts, 1 Rough Tumble, 2 Submerge, 1 Surgical Extraction, 1 Sylvan Library, and 1 Winter Orb. What do you like here?
Well, okay. So first of all, I do like Clothis just as like a sort of sticky, grindy threat, just to
Hmm.
be able to put it on the field and let it do work, right? I mean, instead of getting your hand picked apart and having to like continue to present these threats, it just stays a threat, right? So I think that's a possibility, just to kind of extend the mid game a little bit. I really like Sylvan Library, right? I
Yeah,
mean, granted, you're going to be paying life sometimes, but it allows you to dig into what you need, right? It allows you to recover from things like him, as well as draw into your counter spells to deal with Regisars, what have you. And I actually kind of like Winter Orb as well. I think just sticking Shaman on 1 mana might just be the ticket, right?
I honestly agree with you completely when it comes to the Winter Orb. I was gonna have it as my one of fun of that I would bring in, but that's because I'm bad. But I'm glad
Yeah,
that we think alike with that because I really like the Winter Orb here. Yes, Pox can operate very quickly and go off like rapidly,
sure, but
but
that requires Dark Ritual, right?
that requires Dark Ritual, exactly. But it really wants to grind out, make its land drops, and untap and cast 3, 4 mana spells.
Yes.
So I agree
Red
completely.
Delta
And
wants you to not have any of those lands and mana. So I mean, I think it just goes along with the plan pretty well.
yeah, and I honestly think Clothis is it's the slam dunk in the matchup. You cannot get rid of it. It's just going to gain you life, empty your opponent's graveyard, which is important,
Yeah.
and also it mana fixes you. Importantly, at least for red mana, red and green are good in this. And honestly, you have stifles to cut. Like there's no fetch lands here. The most you're going to be stifling is going to be like a Lily activation.
And I will say, I mean, it's sort of funny. I talk a lot about how good Stifle is, how much I like Stifle. I also think one of its main cool things about it is in the matchups, it's not good. It's just an auto cut. It's just an easy cut to bring in these haymakers for any matchup. I mean, it's free sideboard slots, right?
I agree completely. And
Um,
so
yeah, go ahead, lay the shaman sideboard on me again.
okay, so we got 3 extra pate, 2 bitter blossom, 2 sorcerer's spyglass, 2 engineered plague, 1 lily last hope, 2 plague engineers, and 3 ley line of the void. What do you like here?
First of all, I do actually really like the plague engineers, right? Not only can you hit certain things like Delvers, right? But really, I think the utility comes in on being able to block Goyfs, right? With these open deck lists, Shaman knows that Val has these 4 main deck Goyfs, and Plague Engineer is just a house against Goyf, right?
I agree completely. I like the two plague engineers. You have some empty cards like Lily's Triumph, though that can be decent. They usually like to present one threat at a time, but I
Mhm.
also love the two Bitter Blossoms here. Bitter Blossom is a very good card at fighting Oko because it feels so bad to either elk a flying token, or it can block things like your Delver, really clutter up the board. And honestly, it's not bad in this matchup. I think Bitter Blossom is a definitely sideboard in addition to the two Sorcerer Spyglasses.
Yeah, and although your life is being pressured by Rug Delver, I mean, it's not like a super fast Delver deck, right? It's not like a blue red or a like a prowess specifically, right? So I mean, you have a little bit of life to work with, and with these life gain creatures like Murderous Rider, it's going to be able to offset that anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. I agree completely. I
But
also like the Sorcerer Spyglass
yeah,
just for the Oko.
I agree. Sorcerer Spyglass, as you had said before, this match sort of hinges on whether or not Oko lands, and so yeah, I think that's a good call as well. So we will see.
Yeah, so we see a turn one brainstorm here from Val, and or was it a turn two brainstorm? Val, 19 crab chop. Okay,
Wow, we are
because
actually seeing an extirpate come out to hit this brainstorm, right? Or is it hitting
oh,
the
the
oh,
tropical islands.
hitting Trop? Wow. Said see you later, green mana.
That's actually huge. So for those that are watching, there's only three of each of the dual lands. So it's three trop, three volcanic. Now if yeah, because this resolves because of split second. So that is all of the green spells cut off in the deck. So that means no Oko, no Hooting Mandrills, no Goyf, and that's big. That's like really big. And that's no Clothis either. Wow. Wow, that's some tech. Like honestly, I usually hate bringing in like surgicals when you don't really need it or like an extra paid effect, but like that's really a smart play just right there. Knowing the Rug Delver's mana base is very hinged upon the importance of green mana is only tropical islands. This deck does not run taigas or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like
that's absolutely true. Yeah. Just cutting
wow.
green mana. I mean, no Okos, no Mandrills, no nothing, right? And you get the information of the hand.
Yeah, so it looks like in response though, at the end of turn, looks like Val is surgicaling the wastelands from his deck. So both of these players have cut each other off of a land type,
That's really
and
crazy.
that is hilarious. I love this. I love this back and forth between this deck. This game too is already amazing, and I love everything about it. Can we get some hype in the chat, please?
Yeah,
Because this
right.
is this is awesome.
Is this Reed Duke on Pox? Shit's looking like it,
Yeah, it is Reduke. And
right?
importantly, this hand is stacked though. This has an Engineer Plague, which to be fair can name Wizard and also hits Delver, and it also hits Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is really important.
Absolutely. I wondered if Chaman was going to bring in any of the Graveyard Hate for even just things like the Dreadhorde Arcanist and things like that, but obviously he had other plans, right? Removing those
Yeah,
chops, I'm still blown away.
yeah, that's this game is wow. I don't know who comes out on top of this, but like this is crazy. This
Mhm.
is these players are swinging for the fences in this and trying to use every sort of advantage that they can. And importantly here,
Taking out all those green cards, right?
yeah, well, importantly here, Val realizes that he only has three lands that produce mana left in the deck. That's
Correct.
it. If Chaman had like one or two more wastelands and in his hand or anything like that, he's over. That's it. Game over.
That is it. Yeah. And I mean, that's one of the things, right? That's when it comes to these Delver decks, right? I mean, my typical go to is blue red just for the simple fact that I mean, I crave these stable mana bases, right? I mean, obviously, they're good, they're great decks. It's just they come with that cost, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Creek Kohler, yeah, 100%. That's a 200 IQ play. That's a 200 IQ play and mad respect for Chaman. Like somebody clip that.
Yeah, killing it.
It's the Chilean Reed Duke. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. This is great. This is some great. This is what Legacy is. This is why Legacy is so amazing because you don't see these kinds of plays anywhere else. Like this
Yeah.
is the only format that you see this. You don't see this in Vintage. You don't see this in Modern. You don't see this in
Oh,
Pioneer.
extra plate on Tropical Island? Shoot.
Okay, and so we see. Okay, Shaman, he does know that there's a daze in hand.
And
So
this card just keeps coming.
yeah, well, I mean that's what the deck does. Pox is known for that.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh, like so
Hooting Angels is irrelevant.
Pooty
Is that
Mandrills,
also
Goyf,
irrelevant?
they're nothing.
Then permission. Yep.
Yep.
We're gonna need to see some Delvers here.
Oh, oh, Shaman,
Getting a
Shaman,
little behind the scenes action here.
Shaman, don't fall on us, buddy. And once again, like
We're back.
we understand that like technical difficulties happen. Oh, well, like every one of these players, we're like nobody thinks that anybody's cheating here. Everybody's is very honorable when it comes to playing on here. So like it, we would not assume this type of stuff. No game loss or anything like that for like there's no sort of judge ruling when it comes to this sort of stuff.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, right. It just happens.
yeah, this happens. It's one of the things that comes with playing via webcam primarily, and definitely it's a classic. Like oh, and
No.
oh, we're seeing here the rotting regisaur. Yep, and that's gonna eat the days, which understandable.
Yes. I said deal with this.
And oof,
I wonder if there's another one, right? I mean, I wonder if Shaman's just trying to
oh,
ooh, okay.
yep, and here's the hymn.
Oh, well, maybe it'll just hit the 2 green cards, right?
So I wonder if Chaman, because I think he's trying to protect the engineer plague right now. Because engineer plague is very important. Because if he's able to slam an engineer plague on wizard, I think the game might be over.
Yeah.
Because that kills an unflipped delver, and as you can see right
Oh my
here, yeah.
goodness.
Oh wow, that was a really good hymn. Force
Yeah.
negation, and was that another days?
That was
It's days of
another.
force
Yeah.
negation. Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, and I think it's worth actually slamming the engineer plague here because if you can resolve it. Oh no, we
Good.
got literally last hope.
All right. Still had another days, but you know what? Just
It's
these threats keep
that's
coming.
fine. That's fine because Shaman presents the threats and Val has to answer it because if Val doesn't answer it,
Hey,
uh,
Mr. Jack Dax, thanks, man. Thanks for running the stream. Thanks for being the homie.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks for the continued subscription, dog. Really appreciate it. And once again, thanks for running the stream. You're the best, dude.
Yeah,
Really
man.
appreciate it. A little bit of behind the scenes, pulling
Oh
back
yeah.
the curtain here. But yeah, Engineer Plague ends this game. And we see Delver eating the Fatal Push.
Yeah. Fatal push ain't bad here either. Al said, okay, I will wait patiently and see what happens. Oh, and we're seeing Brainstorm. Okay.
Brainstorm. Yeah.
This match
Importantly here,
is tied.
importantly here though, also Cabal Pit is turned on for its threshold, so that can also answer a Delver.
That's about all Vala has left, right? I mean, Arcanist.
Okay, so we're see Legend ruled Urborg
Okay. Three.
and Engineer Plague. Does it resolve? If this resolves, it's game over. If he names Wizard, because both Dreadhorde Arcanist and Delver Secrets are a Wizard, and
Yeah.
both of them are invalidated by the Engineer Plague. What's he name?
Wizard.
Name's Wizard. I think yeah, because that's
Because now Dreadhoard's only attacking for 0, right?
it attacks for 0. It can't flash anything back. The Delver dies immediately. Klothys can't be cast. I mean, outside of bolts.
Bolts. Yeah, I mean, Shaman still does have to win this though. But I
Yeah,
mean, one Regisar, right? Even a factory will do it.
yeah. And we're seeing a hand here that's bolt, Goif, and Hootie Mandrills, and yeah, 100% take the bolt because the bolt can't be flashed back anymore.
Yep.
This is, yeah, this is insane. This has been a great finals. This has been a very technical, very powerful, and like honestly, seeing this go down is pretty wild. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it also goes to show once again a very wide spread of what Legacy can be. I mean, we've seen quite a bit of different things going on tonight here, and it's an honor. It's a pleasure to watch and see this go down. You know.
yeah, this is what makes Legacy and oh, looks like we got the scoop. Oh, do we have a no pass turn? Yeah. Oh, he was just looking through his graveyard, and we got a rotting Regisaur,
Oh my goodness.
the fatty of fatties.
Yes, thank you for explaining that interaction in chat there, Lone Digger. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Lone Digger. And the reason why I was saying that this, when it comes to this game, it's because of the fact that Engineer Plague being a enchantment, there's no answer for it right now unless he counterspells it. That's just it.
Yeah, I
And
don't see any like Brazen Borrow or anything like that to bounce it
no
anyway.
Brazen Borrower in the deck, and no Ancient Grudge can't hit it. So I think this game might be locked up in the most Pox way possible.
Yeah, yeah, we will see. I mean, it's still possible, right? I mean,
Yeah, and it
the
looks like
Dinos are crunching in.
he's going for the double wasteland
All
because
right.
you got to get the punches in while you can. And
Yeah. This this rotting Registor just lumbering around in this Cabal pit, right? That's just the image right now. Is just
yeah,
I'm just in here. Come at me.
yeah, this Regisaur is living the good life. And yeah, we see Bolt.
Ooh, no bolt in response.
Well, I mean, what's he gonna do? Like,
Okay,
I think he's more just hoping to double bolt the Regisaur to stay alive. But
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I
Then
think
again, what do you win with if the bolts are gone? Am I missing something?
uh I I'm looking through the deck list right here, bro, and I don't see anything more with the green mana gone, Engineer Plague on Wizard. I mean, if he brought in Collector Roof,
Well, hey, look,
oh,
that's that.
that's that. And we see here our September champion, Shaman, killing
Yeah,
it with Dino Pox.
yeah.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, we get some hype in the chat. That is Pox taking down a month-long league, and it's amazing to see that this happening. Oh, mad respect to Val. You played an amazing game, and honestly,
Yeah,
the
thank
game
you, sir.
between
Thanks for coming out.
and yeah, this entire series has been amazing, and honestly, watching this go down has been really just an eye opener for Legacy. For people who are saying that Legacy is an unaccessible format, that it's all a blue soup format, here is a deck right now that's accessible. It's decently priced, and honestly, it kills. Like, mad respect, and great to see this deck, and this whole matchup play out. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. Once again, welcome back, Chaman. This time you took it down. Congratulations. Thanks to Val, and actually thanks to everybody else for coming out tonight. You all make this possible. Mr. Jack Dax running stream. We got our other mods doing table spotting. I got my boy Doc down below.
Thank you, everybody. This was a ton of fun, and once again, Chaman winning the league finals. He gets his brainstorm token here, the
Oh,
foil
yeah.
custom
Oh,
art brainstorm token. Yeah, right over here. Wait, over here. But yeah, it's really great to see like this sort of amazing finals come out. And you know, if you're interested, hit up the Discord, exclamation point Discord in the chat, get you the link, and come hang out with us, have some fun, and play some fun Legacy. Like we allow
Absolutely.
proxies. We have a very active looking for a game channel. Like yeah, this is it's a fun time. We have almost 1,500 members, and yeah, there's always something to do and a game to play.
Absolutely. Once again, let us be your local meta, right? With things the way they are in the world right now, obviously we have people all around the world coming together and playing this wonderful game, and it's a beautiful thing to see, folks. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, and from us mods here at the MTG Paper Legacy Discord, have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, folks.